I'm trying to look like I didn't just wake up, but I think that's impossible. About a week ago, I asked you which game collection you wanted to see next, and most of you have voted for the PS1, PS2, and one singular UMD option. So that is exactly what I'm gonna show you today. As you can see, my PS2, PS1 collection is quite small. I mean, it's not really small because it's still like about 21 games, and I wouldn't really say that's small. But it's smaller than my PS3 collection for sure. But just like my PS3 collection, I used to have a lot more games. So what you're seeing here today is like a very curated collection, which I'm honestly proud of because most of the games I had on all three platforms I didn't really care about. Same thing with the PS3. Getting rid of literally hundreds of games from my collection was nothing but good for me. A lot of people say don't do that because you're gonna regret it in the future. Well, it's been a few years and I have not regretted it at all. And I mean, I'm thinking of downsizing even more, to be honest, because as I said, I think in my backlog video, I only want to keep games that I have absolutely like 100% intention of playing. And there is a few things in my collection, a few games that I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna enjoy, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, only 2 games survived the PS1 purge because I had a lot of filler on both my PS1 and PS2. I was able to sell all the games I purged from my PS1 collection, but I had so much filler, so much cheap filler on my PS2 that I literally still have it to this day, and I haven't been able to sell it for years because nobody wants it, which is a bit of a problem because I don't want to keep it. I gave some of it to my brothers, but obviously they didn't want all of it. As I said, it was mostly like filler games, and I don't want any filler in my collection anymore. But let's start from the PS1 collection, from what remains in the PS1 collection, which are Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the Philosopher's Stone. And the reason why it's in French, like the cover, is because my dad used to work in France and he bought a lot of games there for like very cheap prices. But yeah, as I was saying, these are the only 2 survivors, and it's, as I said, Harry Potter 1 and then Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Both of them are in French, but they have English, so that's how I play them. And they're fun Harry Potter games. I wouldn't say they're amazing or anything, but I feel very nostalgic towards these 2 PS1 games. I've never finished them either, so they're still in my backlog. I just forgot to show them in my backlog video. I forgot to show quite a few games actually, because it was way too many, honestly. And this game actually has one of my favorite soundtracks, like game soundtracks of all time. The faces in these games are just super silly. You might have seen them online in memes and stuff, like PS1 Hagrid. I would like to get a few more PS1 games in the future. It's not really like high up on my list. But yeah, enough yapping. Let's get into the PS2 collection. You've seen some of these games from the backlog video, like Crash the Wrath of Cortex. It was my first Crash Bandicoot game, I think. And then the second one I played was Crash 1 on the PS1. I don't think it's that bad at all, especially if it was your first Crash Bandicoot game. It was actually quite hard from what I can remember. Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. Why do I have this? Well, I am a huge Fallout fan, and I was very curious about this game. I know it's not that good, but for some reason it really intrigues me, and the fact that you can play it co-op split screen on PS2, it's just so cool. I love split screen games, so I'm definitely gonna give this a try, and I honestly hope that I will enjoy it because it doesn't look too bad. The GTA trilogy on PS2, I think this collection is also like a bit expensive now, but I got it on Amazon for like 20 bucks in 2014 or 13. This is my favorite GTA of all time. The atmosphere, the vibes of Vice City are just unbeatable to me. But I also really love San Andreas, and GTA 3 also I really enjoy. I think it was my least favorite GTA game from the trilogy on the PS2 for a long time, but when I got older I actually was able to appreciate it more. I think it's a great game, and I mean all of them are great games if you're into the GTA games, the GTA genre of games. GTA Vice City Stories. This is the only one from the stories games that I'm actually interested in. I tried the Liberty City Stories on PSP and PS2 quite a lot of times, but I just couldn't really get into it. I don't know why. This one though, I played a lot on my PSP, so I got the PS2 version and I really like it. I used to play it a lot with my cousin on the PSP. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. For some reason, the only thing I remember from it is flying on top of that white bird. I don't know the name of the bird in English, I only remember it in Italian. Once I unlocked that, I would do that all the time. That was the only thing I would do in this game. And I also remember the soundtrack, which was beautiful. I really want to play this game again and get to that section, and I would like to finish it. I remember it was like full of puzzles, which I'm not a big fan of, but I do like Harry Potter a lot. The Simpsons, the video game. This one was a lot of fun. I'd like to revisit it. And the PS2 version has the co-op split screen option, so I would like to replay this game with my girlfriend maybe, if she wants to. Ratchet & Clank 1. This is my favorite Ratchet & Clank game. I did play and finish this like a long time ago, and the soundtrack in this game is amazing. A lot of these games have beautiful soundtracks. The first Ratchet & Clank is great. It's not a lot of people's favorite from what I've seen. Most people usually talk about Ratchet & Clank 2 or Ratchet & Clank 3, but I've never really finished Ratchet & Clank 2. I don't have Ratchet & Clank 3. I'd like to play and finish this one first and then get Ratchet & Clank 3, and I was also like debating whether or not I should get the Ratchet & Clank trilogy on the PS3, but since it's so expensive here, I think I will play them on the PS2 first, and then I will consider whether or not I actually want to get it on PS3. Rayman 3, I love this game. This is the game I think of when I think of Rayman. It's beautiful. I've never finished it, but I can't wait to play it again. Spider-Man 1. Most people dislike the Spider-Man game because you can't really explore New York. You're basically like confined to the sky when you shoot your webs. But I really like it because it was my first Spider-Man game. I still remember asking my dad to buy me a Spider-Man game because I was obsessed with Spider-Man when I was a kid. Specifically the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. That was the one I grew up with. And my dad bought me this game. I started playing it, but it was so hard for me back then. But yeah, eventually I just kept playing it and I was able to go through it very slowly. Eventually I think I got through the whole thing, but it took me years. I've been playing it again recently, and also the graphics were so good back then in this game. Like, I was amazed by the cutscenes back then, and even today they're still pretty good. Spider-Man 2. Every person that has played Spider-Man games will tell you this game changed everything. This was the first Spider-Man game where you could just free roam New York, explore every inch of the city, and you could even enter some buildings, some rooms. It was pretty revolutionary for the time, and I love the pizza mini game in it too. I remember the first time I was playing that pizza mini game, my mom came running into the room. I was like 5 at the time, and she told me, "What are you playing? What is this?" And I told her, "This is Spider-Man 2, why?" And she told me, she was so excited, she told me, "This music is Italian." And I was like, okay, cool. But she was so excited and she couldn't understand what I was doing. Like, why is this music in the game? And I told her, I'm delivering pizzas as Spider-Man, mom. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, that game is awesome. And I have like a lot of stories like that with PS2 games. So it's not just about the console and the game, but it's also about the memories, about us being kids and playing these games. So yeah, I guess there's also like nostalgia involved, but it's also like all of these games, even if I feel nostalgic towards them, I do actually want to revisit them. That's why they're here. I have sold childhood games that I didn't care about anymore, but Spyro 4 Enter the Dragonfly was not one of them. I didn't sell this one. And just like Crash the Wrath of Cortex, I love this game, even though most people hate it. I actually finished it not too long ago. I think it was in April. I did like 100% on this game, okay? And let me show you something. Look at the conditions of this disc. Even the back. There's like a ring scratched in the back. And that is because I used to play this game on a PS2 Slim, and some PS2 Slims eventually would scratch your games. It was a disk drive problem, but it still works. And I played through the whole thing, did like all the endings and stuff, got all the gems, all the dragonflies. It works. I was so amazed by that. I thought I would have to buy this game again. There were like a few quirks, but I don't even know if that was the disc or just the game. It might have been just the game because it was very glitchy. But yeah, I love it. And it's the only Spyro game that I've played and finished in my life. So it's like all up from here, I guess, with the Reunited trilogy. Taz wanted another childhood game. I mean, I think they're all childhood games, to be honest. I've been playing this one for a while, like on and off, and the soundtrack is amazing in this game too. But one thing about it is that the disc is very scratched. Not as scratched as the Spyro disc, even though it's less scratched. It has a few like problems. Sometimes the music loops or freezes or cuts out, but I mean, it works. I was thinking of getting another copy though, because it is very annoying that when you're playing the game, the music just keeps looping or gets stuck. Kinda like a broken record, basically. The Sims 2, I haven't played much of this game, but I love the PSP version. I played and finished that one, and these The Sims PlayStation 2 and PSP games are so interesting. They have like stories, so I can't wait to see what story this game has. The Sims 2 Island, which I think was called Castaway somewhere. It kind of reminds me of Lost, to be honest. And I played this game a lot on the PSP, so I would like to play it on a bigger screen. And then we have the last PS2 game I own, which is Ultimate Spider-Man, one of the best Spider-Man games out there, one of the most underrated ones as well. It has a printed case because I have no idea where mine ended up, but it's not the American version, it's actually the PAL version. I don't think I ever finished this game, but I played it a lot because, as I said, I used to be like a huge Spider-Man fan when I was young, and I still am, to be honest. I am gonna see the new Spider-Man movie this summer, so yeah, I am still a big Spider-Man fan. Then there's the last game in this collection, which is the one singular PSP UMD, and it's actually funny because I already showed you this game in my PSP video. If you watched it, at least you already know about it, but if you haven't, it's The Sims 2. And the reason why this is the only survivor from the PSP UMD's Purge is because I love this game. This is my favorite PSP game. As I said, I played and finished this one, and I used to have like a few other PSP games, and the conditions of those games like were not really good either, so I only kept this one, and I would like to buy a few more PSP games, but only stuff that I have 100% intention in playing and finishing. And that's it. These are all the games I own on PS1, PS2 and PSP in 2026. So eventually I might make like an update video on my collection if there's like any drastic changes, like if I get a lot of new games or if I get rid of more stuff. So the next game collection video is going to be the PC, Xbox and Nintendo one, which was the second most voted option in the poll I made here on YouTube. And since I don't have a big PC, Xbox and Nintendo collection, I'm gonna show all three of them together. So if you're interested about that, stay tuned. Let me know what your favorite PS1, PS2, PSP games are, what games you still own to this day, and thank you for watching, thank you for all the support. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.